Hi friend, it's Pat Sloan here for our Friday daily video. You know I love Fridays. Yes, Fridays are always sort of a celebration day for me. I don't know why. I work every day and I work at home. But anyways, I try to hold on to that Friday, that feeling of a Friday. So today is Socialites Day, and we have the block called Serenity. I just think that is a beautiful word. Let's take a look at the block. Here we go. Here is Serenity, and this is a pretty easy block. Now I'm doing the 9-inch, and there's a 6-inch and a 3-inch version. So with this box you have squares and then you have sew and flip units. So it is super easy if you were wanting to try one of those other sizes. So like the 6-inch would be, I don't have a ruler with me, but anyways, the 6 inches, you know, a bit smaller, and then the 3 inches really small. The 3 inches like the size of one square. Yeah, and the 6 inches this big. So this would be a perfect block to try them, which I had thought to do. Did I do it? No. May I do it? I might. I might not. I might just keep moving along. So Serenity, our challenge then, because I'm using the word that goes with the blocks for our daily challenge. And so I want you to look around today and find that spot that makes you feel serene, that makes you feel cozy, that makes you feel like you go, ah, you know, what is a tranquil spot, a spot where you can feel serenity in your home or your space. Maybe it's in your office if you have to go into a work office. Maybe it's your car. Some of you, I know, like you might have a long commute, or it just might be like the things you normally have to do. The car is where you can get away. I've watched the Minimal Mom who has kids, and she says just sitting in her car sometimes, she actually does some videos in her car because she needs to just be by herself, away from all the people. So being at home, if you're working at home or homeschooling now, you know, doing the classes for your kids, you might need your car. I don't know why I thought about that, but I know that that's a real thing for some people. That's where you can go and just take a breath and just get away and use it. It's there, use it. Say, if I'm in the car, don't bother me. But go ahead and look around. That's your challenge today. And be sure you have that spot. And if your spot that you normally have has gotten kind of gunked up recently, like maybe you dumped some things there and you didn't put them away yet, then put those away. So be sure you're putting them away. And while you're there, toss something so that you can toss something every day. I actually have one trash bag now, like a grocery bag, like a plastic grocery bag. I have one of those full of things, and I'm working on the second one. Yes, and actually I have a Dutch oven coming for the sourdough making. So excited. I think it'll arrive today. But that means I need to actually go to my I have a pantry in the kitchen, but it has a lot of quilt supplies in it because my room that I'm sitting in is right off of my hallway. Like that's my kitchen, like right on the other side of this wall. This wall here that you see, the other side of that is my kitchen. This was the family room of the house. So I have some quilt supplies in the pantry, but I think I need to put some food and cooking things in there now because you know, we don't go out to eat as much and we're not going on the road traveling, so we are here and so we have more supplies. It's crazy. How does this happen? So I do feel like to have a serene environment for myself, I needed to get those pillows done. I know, it's like first world problem. I need to have my pillows done. So look what I did. I took my sweet blue elephant and I have a pillow. And what I did is a few photos here to show you the process of getting this made into a pillow. So first I quilted it. There you can see the lines. See her adorable little eye? I found a button that's a little flower. And then here, I just embroidered a little tail on her. And I used Aurifil's wool thread. So this is called Lana. Can you see it's kind of fuzzy? Let me get it in focus here. There we go. So the wool is a little bit, has a little bit of fuzzy part to it. And I did it double, and I sort of just, you know, embroidered a tail and made it thicker and then down. But here's some photos where I am making the pillow, because first you quilt the square top and then you trim it. Then the backing, what I do is then I lay the front here of the block that's quilted, and I lay it down to cut out the backing pieces, and there's 2 of these. And so what I do is I don't really measure too much, I just sort of eyeball it. I don't want a full piece, I need them to be like 3/4 of the way across here, but a little bit more because I do the turn under, so the edge is nice here. Because I don't use these pillows a lot, I am not going crazy with extra fine details. This is just purely visual decoration. So I cut out the backs, then I will iron under 1/4 of an inch for this part, so you can watch the pictures there, and stitch it. It's just a straight stitch. Now if this is going to be used a lot, I would press it on, fold it under twice so that it wouldn't have a raw edge. You can see right there, there's a raw edge there. So I wouldn't have that if I was doing a really nice pillow. But for fun, quick ones, I just fold it under once. Then I will sew all the way around the outside. So you can see that I use the Wonder clips because they don't warp or torque the quilt sandwich. They keep it nice. And so you're going to sew all the way around, and then you will turn it inside out to get the pillow. And I have a brand new tool that my friend Bev designed. Look! She calls it a stiletto, but it also, the point is not too pointy, so you can use this to turn pillows and push the corners out. It is so darling, so darling. Her company name is Flamingo Toes, and so of course, you know, she has a lot of flamingo things. I just think it's fabulous. So cute. Bev is so smart. So if you want to take one of your elephants from the Stomping Ground, Wendy Shepherd's pattern that we're doing the sew along, if you want to take one elephant and make a pillow, I think that is good luck, and it makes your area very serene. So I am excited to have, this one done. I still have the 2 I need to recover, and I need to get my butt in gear and get those done too, so that I can look in there and it's like, feels nice, feels calm. That's my place where there's less, and I really want that environment. All right, another thing, up on my design wall, I'm trying to decide, okay, I do have to sew the top row on, and that will be today's project probably, but I'm trying to decide, do I want to stop here, or do I want to go like the whole 9 yards? And I'm thinking of putting this will fit the top of my bed, and then doing a turquoise border on either side, and then taking one of the prints on both sides to hang down off the bed, and then making pillow shams, because my pillow shams have been there a really long time. I could use some new pillow shams, and I'm just thinking the palm fabric. I'll do a picture. You can see it on navy here. Yeah. Then there's one where my finger is. That one is like a brown and peach, and then way up at the top is the one I'm thinking of. Whoops! How can I do this so you can see it? That's ridiculous, Pat. Okay, so you can see that top right one. There we go. That's the one I'm thinking of. That is teal with some sort of pink background. So I'm thinking of that for the sides, maybe a little bit on the bottom too, and then the pillow shams with that, which I think would be really pretty. And then I would send this to the spa and have it quilted in some sort of a horizontal design, maybe some sort of nice soft wave. And I'm really loving that super close dense quilting that I had done on that sampler. Remember I showed you? So I'm thinking that would be really good for this, but I would not put, I would just put regular cotton on the back. So I had a date now, I have a date for our heart, sewing the hearts. We're gonna sew hearts together, just like we did the Christmas trees, just like we did the snowflakes. We're gonna sew hearts. And there's a pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop. They have actually several patterns. And so on my website for the hearts, now I'm going to do this one, which is really half square triangles. So you can go download it. There's one that's a lot of squares, similar to the tree where there's a lot of squares. And so if that's more your speed, that you just want to do it like that, that's good. And then there's some other styles. So, you know, if neither of those spoke to you, but one of the other styles did, you could do those. There's 2 cross stitch on there as well. This same one in cross stitch. And I'm going to put on that page, Kimberly Jolly at the Fat Quarter Shop did 2 videos, one for the cross stitch, one for the quilts. And so I'll put those on the page too. So if you want to watch them and see how it's done. So we'll officially start what I write January 22nd and then sew through till February 14th. But you know, Valentine's Day, have it done by Valentine's Day. But because they're not very big, I forget the size, but they're not very big. And there's 2 sizes, so you could do a little one. And so if you were just going to use your scraps, you could get started. I have a fabric bundle that I'm thinking of using. It's not in the store yet, so I got it from the manufacturer. Sent it to me early, and I haven't broken into it yet because I'm like, oh, it's not in the store yet, so you won't be able to get it. So I don't know, I might keep it for something else. I definitely going to do one with the reds and pinks from Morrison Park. So I will do maybe one of the little ones with that. So that'll be super fun to do hearts. I love hearts. I love hearts. Love them. Can't even talk. I get so excited talking about hearts. So I have a Q&A from Chris, which I think is a really good, so we'll wrap it up here. Her Q&A, it's about learning. It's about learning something new. Now she specifically asked me about, you know, what should she do to get used to using her embroidery portion of her sewing machine. So like my Solaris is a high-end embroidery machine. So it's got every bell and whistle in the world. And so for me to learn how to use the basics of it, so I've already, you know, experienced that using the basics. So I think this though applies to learning anything new. So think of this as, do you want to learn to paper piece? Do you want to learn to English paper piece? Do you want to learn to do curves? Whatever it is that you sort of had in the back of your mind, you want to learn how to do an art quilt, collage quilt. So I think the first thing is to pick a very simple design that's not too big. Pick something small and simple because you are going to make mistakes. And it's nice to not have a super big project and certainly no deadline. When you're learning, give yourself a break because you have to figure it out. You might have to do some test pieces. You know, it's not like you're going to. I have a friend, love her to pieces, but she expects to do everything perfect the first time, and it's always. And she knows she's not going to do it perfect the first time, but her brain wants to do it perfect the first time. So I get those of you who are in that same boat, but it's not. It's not healthy. Because it just stresses you out. You can't always be perfect the first time you try it. So definitely give yourself a break when you're trying to learn. Also pick a design you really like. Don't pick something like you're like, you know, pick something you like, even though, because that'll encourage you to work through it and learn how to do it. So always pick something you like. I always say, pick fabric you like too, but if you're doing a practice piece, you might want to use your less liked fabric until you figure it out, and then use your best fabric. Then just do it. You know, you can read about it all you want, but unless you sit down and do the work, you won't learn anything. You won't learn anything by just reading about how to do it. Sit down and do it. All right, my friends, you're going to go. Your challenge today is find that area that makes you feel serene in your space, and be sure it is still feeling that way. Get it tidied up if it's not. Toss something out today. I have the links below for all the things. We're going to make hearts, so I hope you join me. I'm Pat Sloan, and I love you. Mwah. I'll see you online.